News Talk WOKV presents You Decide 2012. A look at today's top election stories in Florida and the First Coast. Here's WOKV's Tiffany Griffith.
Our top election story, a roundup of the campaign trail around Florida. GOP Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan rallying Republicans in Lakeland, Orlando, and Miami over the weekend, saying the president's economic policies have unsuccessfully run their course. But you can also expect the gloves to come off when his opponent, Vice President Joe Biden, makes 2 Florida visits this week. We'll update you on where and when.
And I'm WOKV's Jeremy Ratliff in the Social Media Center. Our question of the day for you, presidential candidates have mostly been making visits to South Florida in the I-4 corridor. Do we need to see more of them in our neck of the woods, and what do they need to address? Leave us your thoughts on our Facebook page and Twitter feed. Just search WOKV News.
And after a Friday tour of Jacksport with an update on Florida's ports, Republican Senate candidate Connie Mack stopped by the WOKV newsroom today, saying, "Don't believe the poll numbers."
Polls go up and down, so we are in a very good position to win this race.
Mack says Senator Nelson has said one thing but done the opposite in Washington, and says that's why it's time for him to go. Mack says right now the focus in Congress needs to be the budget, but says the Senate Democrats won't bring up important bills for a vote.
You know, unless they're willing to sit down at the table and actually pass a budget, there's little we can do in Washington, D.C.
Mack says other polls show him in a much closer race with Bill Nelson than that of Real Clear Politics, so he says he's just going to wait and see the final numbers in November.
And in the fight for State Senate District 4, Democrat Nancy Soderberg is accusing Republican Aaron Bean of not facing off with her in a debate. But voters did hear from the contenders in a candidate forum.
There's a clear choice between limited government and more government.
Republican candidate Aaron Bean spent most of his time on a new plan for education and addressing conservative values like small government. But for Democratic candidate Nancy Soderberg, the key to victory is taking on government overall.
We've taken it on the chin in the last 5 years, and we need a Tallahassee that's going to stand up to their career politicians.
You have 15 days left to register to vote, and we're keeping you up to date in You Decide 2012 all the way through the election. On air at AM 690 and 106.5 FM, online at WOKV.com, and on Facebook and Twitter. More reports from the campaign trail tomorrow.